Did you know that Article 33 of the Conventions of the Rights of the Child is actually the only human right to be protected, ergo, free from substance use? This is the only United Nations Right Charter Convention that mentions substances or drugs, and not in a good way. And that is a very important thing to remember. It goes like this. Member states shall take all appropriate measures, including legislative, administrative, social and educational measures to protect children from the illicit use of narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, and to prevent the use of children in the illicit production and trafficking of such substances. As you can see in this lucid article, that substances are portrayed clearly as an enemy of the child's right to health, safety, well-being, development, and their capacity to develop their best human self. The message is clear that children must be protected from the very presence of drugs. However, recently, this clarity has been subject to undermining elements and eroding language, and subsequently these imperative rights are potentially being diminished by pro-drug actors' rhetoric. It is important to note that other key articles in the Convention on the Rights of the Child, or CRC, that have to do with child harm and or exploitation all have prohibitive protective mandates and set the bar in relation to their existence as environments where children are protected from them. Not partly protected or somewhat protected, but utterly protected. There is no room for permission clauses in these protection mandates. It is not unsurprising that one of the 7 globally recognised adverse childhood experiences is that of being exposed to drug use and drug-using environments, and consequently a source of incredible acute, chronic and potentially intergenerational harms. It is important to note that it is this disturbing context of intergenerational harms, it is substance use that can have both a causal and correlate impact on all the other 6 adverse childhood experiences, under the genres of abuse, neglect and household dysfunction. Yet this is the CRC article that pro-drug activists want to weaken even further. Some simple but vital questions that must be addressed if we are not only to uphold the rights of the child, but provide safe and protected environments for them. Questions that cannot be dismissed or worse, manipulatively devalued, as many of the pro-drug activists work to have done. Question 1. Who is it that actually believes our children or grandchildren will be better off on drugs? Or who believes here that our children or grandchildren will be better off with easier access to drugs? And finally, even more disturbingly, who believes our children's future society can only be better with drug use being legalised? One has to ask what level of dysfunction or worse, sociopathy lies behind these aspirations. It's time children's rights were again confirmed and reinforced as the priority, not the faux rights claims demanded by drug users. The Eindhoven Declaration seeks to reiterate and reinforce the United Nations mandate to protect all of our children from drug use in all of its forms and in all of our societies. This is the only way forward for a healthier, safer, productive and more resilient future for this and further generations. It is important that you read, understand and sign on to the Eindhoven Declaration and educate your community on this vital right of the child.